Another brick fan with a Disney Pixar Lightyear set. This is the XL-15 Spaceship. This is set 76832, was released in April 2022. It has 497 pieces, 3 minifigures, and cost about $50 when it was released. This is one of 3 sets so far that have been released for the Disney Lightyear movie. The ship comes with a display stand and a data plate, as well as the 3 good minifigures and quite a few little accessories. There's a couple of brick-built weapons and things like that as well. We'll take a closer look at the minifigures here in a minute, but let's take a closer look at the XL-15 Spaceship first. Here's a quick look at the stand that it's on. So as you see, it's at a slight angle here. There's a bar, a Technic bar here that is going to hold the ship in place, and it does hold it pretty solidly. Here is the data plate on the XL-15 Starfighter or Starship. You see its various stats here work pretty well. Interesting that they have some unknowns on here. So that's a pretty nice little data plate. Moving on to take a look at the ship itself. I really like this color scheme. So the white and the light blue look really good with these gray accents. The engines are done rather nicely with this newer piece. I haven't seen this piece very often. Some kind of gear piece here. You see it's got a little gear inside, and that's what it connects this Technic pin to, this Technic bar here to. Good stickers. There's several of them on the wings and the sides here, all saying the XL-15, the Star Command logo, of course. Looking on the back here, there is a small compartment back here that has 2 different doors that open up. So there's a small compartment down underneath here and then another one up here. So I kind of took these different pieces here. This looks like some kind of power cell or something like that with a handle on it, so the minifigures can carry that, and it fits very nicely right down here. And then there is this laptop that comes with this. This is that newer book piece, although it's using the keyboard here as a laptop representation. And then there's a sticker for the screen, again, the Star Command logo. Some information about that crystal that we just saw. That will fit in here pretty nicely. So that can all fit back here in like the cargo area, if you will. Of course, the other side of the ship, I do like how they did the shaping here on the sides with this angle here, which looks really nice. The wings are fixed in this position, but you notice this side is green, whereas this side is red. So that's a common aircraft. That's a common standard in aircraft so that they know which direction the aircraft is moving. So if it's coming towards you and you see the red, you know that it's turning to the right, and you see the green, you know it's turning to the left. So that's kind of an aviation standard that is out there. The shaping here in the front is very nice. The nose comes to a good point with the grill pieces here. There's this large canopy. And then looking inside, there's one printed piece, which is this triangular piece here. May not be able to see pull it out of there so you can see the printing on that. Printed control panel. I think Ivan is the navigation system that they were talking about. So if you looked on the data plate, we have internal voice activated navigator, Ivan. So that's the navigation system. If you look really closely, there are 2 more stickers in here on some slope pieces for additional controls, and then a stick here to control the aircraft. The cockpit is big enough to put like Socks and Buzz Lightyear in here. Now for me, I have to really get the angle right to get Socks to fit back there. And then Buzz will fit right inside as well. So there we have Buzz and Socks inside the cockpit. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at all of the minifigures that come with this set. As I mentioned in the intro, this set does include 4 minifigures. Well, if you can count Socks as a minifigure here. So we have Buzz Lightyear, Darby Steele, Mo Morrison, and of course, this is Socks. And based on the previews, this looks like a robot cat of some kind that is a companion for Buzz. So Buzz has this good helmet piece with the clear visor And you can see this minifigure head inside is actually colored blue, and then the face print is put on there. So Buzz does have an alternate head in this case. No expression on the back of that head. But here's the other head for Buzz Lightyear, as well as his hair. So he does come with a separate hairpiece as well. So there's Buzz. He has this little blaster here piece. Now, this isn't immediately recognizable as Buzz Lightyear to me because he's in this orange flight suit instead of his regular white and blue Star Command outfit, but it still has the big shoulder pads here. The printing on this is pretty good, kind of reminiscent of the TIE Fighter pilots that you see from some of the Star Wars sets, and this of course has some printing on the feet. There is some printing here on his shoulder armor as well. Moving around to see Sox' face, so he does have a pink nose and a little pink mouth there on the white. The eyes are printed there. He has a collar on with a gold pendant there on it, and as well as some fur there on the front. And here we have the back of Buzz, which is just a continuation of that flight suit. So you see straps and things, and then you should be able to see this is a smiling face for Buzz here as well. So he does have essentially 3 different expressions because there's 2 minifigure heads. And then moving all the way around, there we have Buzz and Sox. Next up, we have a couple of Star Command soldiers. I'm assuming these are infantry type soldiers as opposed to pilots. So they have these brick-built weapons here. And as you can see, this one has a sticker back here. It's an ingot, some other little pieces, and then one of these newer style stud shooters that were released, I think, right at the end of 2021. Perhaps these are 2022 set branded. And then, of course, there's another brick-built weapon here. So it has a bunch of different pieces in order to come up with this weapon design. This is like a harpoon piece, and then some different pieces there. So that was nice to get a couple brick-built weapons. These are 2 new characters that did not show up in Toy Story, of course. So the first here is Darby Steele. And this second one is Mo Morrison. And they do come with hair pieces as well. So if you take their helmets off, they have hair pieces. So Darby is an older lady here. But you see, they both have the same torso prints and leg prints here with a kind of that soldier or uniform look with lots of different accessories hanging off them, the printing all the way down to the feet, which is nice. 2 different kinds of shoulder armor, although they are kind of similar beyond the colors. Looks like Darby's got a green and orange here for probably the unit she's assigned to. The backs of these figures are pretty similar, and then you see Darby has a kinder expression on the back, and there is not a second expression for Mo Morrison. And then if you look here on the other side, Mo has this light blue on the kind of steel blue coloring here for his unit insignia, is just my guess, just his unit designation. Now that we've taken a look at the minifigures, let's go back and I'll give you my final thoughts on the set. So overall, this is a really nice set. I think they captured this ship really well. I think it looks great with its color scheme, as I mentioned at the beginning. It is a very solid build, so the ship itself is very swooshable. You can play around with it, and it's going to hold up to some play, some decent amount of play. The minifigures are good, as I mentioned. I think there's a lot of cool accessories that come with them as well. As far as the value of this set goes, it is 497 pieces, so right about 500 pieces for $50. So right at that 10-cent per piece price point that I like as a good value. And for a Disney set, I would have to say that's pretty good. They're usually a little bit more expensive, and your price per piece count is a little bit worse on these Disney sets. I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this Lightyear set. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to see more of my content. I've left a link to a couple of my review playlists up here on the screen.